Hello guys, this is Madhu from AdiYogiAyurveda. Welcome to my podcast. I am a certified Ayurveda lifestyle consultant, Vedic counselor, quantum healing hypnosis practitioner, clinical master herbalist, Usui Reiki practitioner, animal Reiki practitioner, and a spiritual coach. As a holistic practitioner, I concentrate on mind, body, and spirit healing, using energy healing, herbal remedies, and Vedic sciences. Come check out my website at AdiYogiAyurveda.com. I put the link down below in the description. And let's get started. Hey guys, this is Madhu from AdiYogiAyurveda. Welcome to my podcast. So I just wanted to kind of talk about the energies that has been going on since yesterday, Thursday, today's Friday. So it's been consistent on weekends, like the waves coming in and then this purge happening. It has been very consistent for the last few weeks. So once again, this time it started yesterday, Thursday. So there's this, for me, it feels like we're kind of breaking out of these mental imprisonments. That's what I keep hearing. Last week, I just kept hearing like abandonment. And this week, it's the theme, I think the theme is like imprisonment, because sometimes we have this mental blocks. I think it's like that Nine of Swords card where you are blindfolded and you're like, your hands are tied behind and you're tied to like with all these swords standing upright, not upright, but like they're pointed towards the ground and then they're like stationed on the ground. You know the card I'm talking about. So that, it's kind of like that, where you see that card, that tarot card, you think there's no way out, but there is a way out. Like there is a solution, but because you're blindfolded, you can't really see it. So that blindfoldness is kind of like the human limitedness. You know, like if you don't see beyond the veil, then you don't see what's out there. If your perception is limited, or you don't allow yourself to go beyond what you know, you're kind of, what you perceive is limited. So because what we perceive is limited, we feel like we have limited options. So I think those are the fears that we're working on currently. It's like breaking out of your own limitations that you put for yourself, these mental limits that keeps you in this high in this tower, and you think you're unable to break out of it, whereas it's not that bad. And that's one of the lessons that I had to learn a couple of weeks back, is that how unrealistic are our fears and worries sometimes. Because let's say we worry about something, but there's already something in the works behind the scenes to bring you what you need at the right time. But because of your worries, sometimes we don't see that coming, and we kind of block it subconsciously because we worry. That's why they say, like, you know, just let go and let it be, so that whatever happens can automatically come without us mentally trying to block that manifestation from happening. And yeah, we are all guilty of doing that. And obviously, this whole journey is about learning the art of letting go, learning to move from 3D to 5D, learning to adjust. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I think this weekend we'll really have to dig deep and face our fears. And that's one of the key things I have come across in my path, in my journey, the moment I really feel like, you know what, I've had enough of this, I'm gonna face this like full frontal, kind of like completely facing it, and then everything just seems to get cleared up. And then that fear isn't even a fear anymore, it was just an illusion. And that's the crazy part about fear, is that most of the time it's just an illusion that we create or that comes up. You know, this is like a simulated game. So for years I've been hearing Sims. It's like a Sims game, and I loved to play Sims. And every time I feel like I'm stuck, I try to think of myself as if I'm in the Sims game. Like, if I'm in the Sims game, how would I do this? What would I do? Oh, I did this, and I would do this and this and this in the Sims game because it makes sense. Okay, let me try to apply it to my real life, you know? Because that's also being that third party, or being the witness, really merging with your higher self, or taking the place of your higher self, so you can see the bigger picture from a higher point of view. That makes coping easier. And also, you have to, I think, from what I have learned, is sometimes just sitting back and letting things unfold by itself is the best solution. And I know this weekend for me it's very agitating. It's like, why aren't things going correctly? Why aren't things going the way I wanted it to be? Like, when it comes to my twin flame relationship also, I just feel like I've hit a wall, kind of, but at the same time, I see the purpose of it, and I see, like, you know, obviously why we can't be in union, and it's definitely, like, you know, not the most feasible time for both of us. But at the same time, my ego gets in the way and says, like, why is this happening? Why? You know? So I've been going through that, like, calm down, child moment where I'm just telling myself to, like, calm down. And it's like, it's that feeling, you know, of abandonment, I guess, not being able to be with the one you want. And it's kind of like that, you know, I don't know how to say it, but just not being able to have the perfect circumstance right now, you know. I guess I was mad. I was really mad, and I felt heartbroken. I felt sad, and I can feel his pain too. But then there's absolutely, like, nothing that could be done if it's not the right timing. And I'm planning to go back to, like, school, and I'm already studying some stuff. It's like, you know, circumstances and things fall into place, and I know that, and I feel like I've been giving him a hard time, and he's like trying to explain it, but I think I'm not explaining it, but kind of like trying to help me see the circumstances. I don't want to say, like, you know, what exactly is going on, but I felt bad though. But at the same time, like, I have to stand by my values and my principles. So I had to take a decision, but I felt is best for me, and he had to take the decision that's best for him. So I guess we're in kind of like in separation. I don't know. But it's very painful because it's not like it's not like your typical dude you go to do a date with and be like, whatever, This is like something really deep, so we come with all these deep wounds. And they're cut really deep, and now we're we're like opening them up to heal them. So we're like cleaning that shit up. So the heart has been like worked on, I think this for the last 2 weeks, and this week it's like the rest of the stuff is being taken out. So it's really painful, and I can feel his pain and I can feel my pain, and I guess I'm the one who's crying on behalf of both of us. I don't know. But yeah, I do understand now. I understand how the masculines feel, and I know like most of my clients are twin flames, but when you can feel your actual DM's heart, or like your divine feminine's heart, and your divine masculine's heart. I said DM, but in case you didn't hear that, it's when you can feel their raw emotions. They don't have to tell you, because you can feel it. It's far more painful than trying to empathize. But you have to do what's best for both of us. So I'm trying not to be a baby, but all night I was just feeling like shit all night. I mean, like even now there's that lingering feeling. So I'm just like, because I really don't see myself with anyone else. And I've pretty much waited for him all this time, so I'm like, what? It's not like I'm gonna, like, really, to be honest, I'm not gonna be dating anyone, because I don't have the time to, with all this purging and like these emotional bouts and all these mood swings with this going into 5D. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's the truth, okay? I just don't know what to say. Like especially if you're dating the muggle type, they have no clue what the fuck is going on. They think you're like, you have that bipolar or something. Like 1 minute you just don't want to talk to anyone, and the next minute you're like, yeah, you're in such a good mood. So I thought, like, okay, forget it, I have, we have things to do, we have, things to work on, things like that. So it just takes time to heal and let go. I guess that's what the weekends are for. The best time. It used to be the best time, not anymore, for the for the light workers, I guess. But yeah, there's other things that we are being faced with. I think this weekend and this week we have been healing. I felt a lot of heart, throat, and then the third eye. Today my third eye is like about to bust open or something like that. Not bust open, but just like that, that pressure type of a thing. There was a little bit of throat and heart also, especially like the higher heart. I tried doing Reiki. That helped a little bit, but like behind the nose there's that funny feeling of like something like being tickled. So that's a little uncomfortable, but I didn't particularly look into or meditate about the lessons that are linked to the third eye. I probably should, because so how this thing works is that, each and every one of your chakras, you have to heal, learn the lessons, and face all these different types of fears because you're basically just giving like a overall healing, right? So, and then they get like expanded, opened, upgraded, or balanced, whatever that needs to be done. So, and then like, you know, all these different chakras have these different wounds to heal, different lessons to learn. So the throat has been, obviously, speaking your truth was like a little bit difficult. I feel like, okay, that's past and it's just being upgraded or whatever. But the third eye I have not looked too much into. I knew a few, but I have to check on that, because maybe that will help to figure out the lessons that we have to learn. I know persecution and using your psychic abilities is a big one, and that fear has to be, you know, overcome. And another one that I know about the third eye is that the perception of yourself and the world, like how you are conditioned to see the world and yourself, judgment, those are also some of the lessons that are included in that. And then like your fear of the unknown, and kind of like if you're a little afraid of seeing beyond the veil, maybe that's some of the fears that you need to work out, because you're going to see everything. So maybe like, you know, you want to, and then like you have to make sure that you're in that correct vibration. So those are probably some of the fears. Those are some of the fears, not probably. And I don't know what else that needs to be learned before the third eye is open, but I know for a fact that it shouldn't be forced open. It should not be, because if you force it open, sometimes it could go wrong, unless you're like a really advanced soul and you can take that. It has to, like, obviously you have to do things to simulate the opening, but at the same time don't like bust it open with like drugs or whatever, because or like being forceful, because it's kind of like it could get like short fuse or something, like blowing a fuse, and you'll have to spend more time repairing and balancing it if you force things. Okay. And another one I've noticed is that another advice that I'm being told to give is to kind of, there's prana, or that life force in your body, that has to be healed, and it has to also circulate at this correct way. You know, sometimes it goes the wrong way, sometimes it just is stagnant, sometimes it's just like, it depends on the area of your body and, you know, the issues related. So for that to happen, just go into like a meditative state and just pay attention to where the tensions are. Like, I know that there's a lot of tension behind like my head, right behind the neck area. So I've been trying to do like Reiki healing, and that helps the movement of prana, because Reiki is basically prana coming into your body, and just let go. Like, while that's happening, completely relax and just pay attention to how the energy moves. So you can pay attention to how the prana moves, and over time it'll adjust itself. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys, and just give you a quick update. And my guides want you to know to pay attention to the types of food that you eat and how it affects your body. Eating light things like fruits and stuff, like before you meditate, that helps to allow the body energies to flow more better, to facilitate the meditations, because it's light food. But then you have to be careful, because this is summer, So you can't eat too much of light food, otherwise you're going to have like vata dosha issues. Vata is the air and ether humor. So something like you're going to have gas problems or like nervous system issues. So it's always good to eat like hearty meals that are more like kapha based, which is like rice and like something more filling than salads, especially if you're a vata dosha. But so anyways, just pay attention to what you're eating. So this is Madhu from AdiYogiAyurveda. Thank you so much for joining me for another podcast. I will talk to you next time.